Good morning, beloved friend of God today. Let's talk about what it means to be still and know that He is God, the Almighty Creator, the Restorer, the Healer, the Miracle Worker, the Breaker of every chain, and the one who changes stories in ways we could never imagine. Because when you truly understand this truth, your life will never be the same again. So let's dive deep into His Word and see how being still can transform everything around us, starting with Psalm 46 verse 1, which reminds us that God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Think about that for a moment. God isn't far away or too busy to notice what's going on in your life, no matter how big or small your problem might seem. He is right there ready to step in like a loving father, holding out His arms to protect you, just as He did for the Israelites when they were trapped between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea in Exodus 14 verse 14, where Moses told them, "The Lord will fight for you and you shall hold your peace." Can you picture that scene? The people were scared, but God said through Moses, "Don't panic. I've got this." And guess what? He parted the sea, showing everyone that He alone is powerful enough to handle any situation, even when things look impossible. So when life feels overwhelming, remember to be still, because God fights battles you can't see and wins wars you didn't even know were happening. Now let's shift gears a bit and think about Job, who went through unimaginable suffering, losing everything he had yet in the midst of his pain. He declared in Job 19 verse 25, "Wow, what faith!" Even when Job couldn't see the end of his troubles, he trusted that God was still in control and would make all things right someday. Do you know why this matters? Because sometimes we face storms in life where healing, restoration, or deliverance doesn't come immediately. But just like Job, we must hold on to the promise that our Redeemer Jehovah, Rapha, the God who heals, is alive and working behind the scenes. Isaiah 37 verse 36 gives us a perfect example of this. When an angel of the Lord wiped out 185,000 Assyrian soldiers overnight, without anyone lifting a finger, proving once again that God moves in mysterious ways, often unseen by human eyes but always perfectly timed according to His plan. So be still and trust Him because He sees the bigger picture, even when we can't. Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." These words aren't just poetic. They're a command from El Shaddai, the all-sufficient one, telling us to stop striving, worrying, fretting, and instead rest in His presence. Because when we do, something amazing happens. We begin to recognize His authority over every area of our lives, whether it's finances, health, relationships, or dreams deferred. Take Isaiah 41 verse 10 for instance, where God says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse shows us that being still isn't passive, it's active faith. Choosing to believe that Jehovah Jireh, the provider, has already gone ahead of you, preparing a way where there seems to be none. Remember Peter in Acts 3 verse 6 and 7 when he healed the lame man. He didn't have money to give him, but he had something better, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, whose name carried power to restore strength to weak legs. Instantly, this teaches us that when we lean into God's promises, miracles happen, because He is Yahweh, Rafika, the great physician, who heals not only physical ailments but emotional wounds too. Speaking of healing, let's reflect on Mark 5 verse 28. Where a woman desperate for wholeness simply believed that touching Jesus' clothes would make her well. She didn't need a grand gesture or loud proclamation, just quiet faith and boom, she was healed. This story encourages us to approach Adonai, the Lord of Lords, with childlike trust, knowing that his touch can change everything. Psalm 37 verse 7 reinforces this idea, saying, "Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret, because of him who prospers in his way." Waiting isn't easy, especially when others seem to have it all together while we're stuck in the waiting room of life. But Lamentations 3 verse 25 assures us, "The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him." Patience pays off, friends, because God rewards those who seek him wholeheartedly. Like the starving people in Samaria, during Elisha's time in 2 Kings 7 verse 1, when God promised abundance beyond their wildest dreams, reminding us that Jehovah Jireh provides abundantly more than we ask or imagine. Isaiah 64 verse 4 declares, "For since the beginning of the world men have not heard nor perceived by the ear, nor has the eye seen any God besides you who acts for the one who waits for him." This verse blows my mind because it highlights how unique our God is, unlike anything or anyone else. He operates outside of human logic and limitations. Just look at Mark 5 verse 39 through 41, where Jesus raised a little girl from the dead, despite mockery and doubt surrounding him. He operates outside of human logic and limitations. Just look at Mark 5 verse 39 through 41, where Jesus raised a little girl from the dead, despite mockery and doubt surrounding him. He spoke life into death itself, showing us that when God speaks, everything changes, including situations that seem hopeless. Psalm 62 verse 1 sums it up beautifully, saying, "Truly my soul silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation." Being still in God's presence isn't just about quieting external noise. It's about positioning ourselves to receive his supernatural intervention, breaking yokes, scattering evil pronouncements, and dismantling every weapon formed against us. Because in his presence lies ultimate victory. Think about it: when you truly rest in his presence, you're not just sitting idly by. No, you're positioning yourself to witness the power of Jehovah Nisi, the Lord our banner, who leads us into victory over every battle we face, whether it's fear, anxiety, sickness, or oppression. Remember how Jesus calmed the storm in Mark 4 verse 39. He simply said, "Peace, be still," and immediately the raging sea obeyed. Isn't that incredible? The same voice that silenced the waves speaks peace into your life today. Too often we try to take control of situations ourselves, running around trying to fix things in our own strength. But Psalm 46 verse 10 reminds us to stop striving and instead trust that El Elyon, the Most High God, is already at work on our behalf. He doesn't need our help to solve problems. He invites us to partner with him through faith and surrender. Think back to the story of King Hezekiah when the Assyrian king threatened Jerusalem with destruction. Hezekiah didn't panic or retaliate. Instead, he went straight to the temple, spread out the enemy's letter before the Lord, and prayed for deliverance. Isaiah 37 verse 36 shows us the outcome. An angel of the Lord struck down 185,000 Assyrian soldiers overnight without a single arrow being fired. This teaches us that when we bring our fears and battles to Jehovah Shalom, the Prince of Peace, and remain still in his presence, he fights for us in ways we could never imagine. So why waste energy wrestling with what only God can handle? Instead, choose to be still and let him move on your behalf. So as you go about your day, remember that being still isn't just about stopping activity. It's about aligning your heart with the heartbeat of Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, who commands armies of angels on your behalf. It's about trusting that He is breaking every yoke, shattering every bond, and scattering every evil pronouncement made against you, because in His presence lies ultimate protection and deliverance. Stand firm in the knowledge that God is Elohim, the creator of heaven and earth, and nothing is too difficult for Him. So be still, beloved child of God, and watch how your story unfolds under His loving care. When you choose to be still, you're not just pausing. You're positioning yourself to witness the miraculous. Think about it. Every time God speaks, creation responds. In Genesis 1, His words brought light, life, and order out of chaos. That same voice is available to you today. Whether you're facing financial lack, health challenges, or broken relationships, Jehovah Tzidkenu, the Lord our righteousness, is ready to step into your situation and make all things new. When you stop striving and rest in His promises, you declare to the world and to yourself that He is enough. So today, no matter what you're facing, be still. Trust that Jehovah Shalom is fighting your battles, Jehovah Rapha is healing your wounds, and Jehovah Jireh is providing abundantly. Stay rooted in His presence and watch as He changes your story in ways only He can. Good morning, child of God. Your best days are ahead because He is with you. With this in mind, let's come before God in a prayer of stillness, remembering the incredible power of our words and the intentions of our hearts. You're invited to pray along with me or simply meditate as you listen, allowing these moments to draw you closer to His presence. If you need to pause and take your time to reflect, pray, or sit quietly in His peace, please do so. This is your moment to connect deeply with God, free from rush or distraction. Let's create space for His stillness to fill our hearts and minds. Good morning, Lord. As I wake up today, I want to start by being still and knowing that You are my refuge and strength, the one who is always there when trouble comes knocking. Like a strong tower in a storm, You protect me from everything that tries to shake me. When life feels overwhelming or scary, remind me that no matter what happens, You've got my back. Help me trust You so deeply that even when things seem impossible, I can hold my peace and let You take charge. Teach me how to let go of control and surrender everything into Your capable hands. I also know that You are the God who heals. There's nothing too hard for You, not sickness, not pain, not brokenness. Whether it's physical wounds, emotional scars, or spiritual struggles, Your touch restores what's been lost. Father, show me how to believe in Your healing power, trusting that You are working even when I can't see it right away. Even in moments when others doubt or laugh at the idea of something changing, remind me that Your words carry authority in life. Teach me to wait patiently on You, knowing that Your timing is perfect and that You will bring restoration in ways I may not expect. You are also the Almighty God who performs miracles beyond human understanding. It makes me think about all the times You've done the unexpected in my own life, breaking chains, scattering fears, and silencing lies spoken against me. Be still, my soul, because in Your presence, every evil plan loses its strength. Let me rest confidently in the knowledge that when You speak, everything changes. Whether it's fear, doubt, or discouragement trying to creep in, remind me that Your voice has authority over all creation. Help me stay rooted in this truth, knowing that You are always at work even when I don't see it immediately. And then there's the reminder that You are my Redeemer, the one who lives forever and stands firm through every trial. No matter how dark things get, I can trust that You are working behind the scenes, preparing breakthroughs I can't yet see. You are my provider, the one who sees ahead and prepares a way, even in places where hope seems gone. Open my eyes to see your goodness everywhere, even in small blessings. Strengthen my faith so I can experience your miracles daily and walk boldly in the assurance that you are with me every step of the way. When anxiety threatens to steal my joy, help me remember to rest in you and wait patiently. Sometimes it's hard not to compare myself to others or worry about tomorrow, but you remind me that true peace comes from resting in your promises. I want to approach you with bold faith, believing that I only need to reach out and trust in your power. Strengthen my faith, Lord, so I can experience your miracles daily and live with confidence in your presence. You are unlike any other. You act on behalf of those who seek you. This fills me with awe and gratitude. Every breath I take is sustained by you, and every victory flows from your grace. Keep teaching me how to be still and lean into your love so that I can fully embrace the peace you offer. In the busyness of life, it's easy to get caught up in the noise, the demands, and the pressures that pull at my attention. But today, I choose to pause and quiet my heart before you. Help me recognize that your presence is my safe haven, a place where chaos fades and clarity emerges. When distractions try to steal my focus, remind me that being still isn't just about stopping movement. It's about aligning my spirit with yours, listening for your whispers, and trusting that you are orchestrating everything according to your perfect plan. You are the restorer, the one who takes what's broken and makes it whole again. There have been moments in my life when I felt like pieces were scattered, dreams shattered, or relationships strained. Yet time and time again, you've shown up in ways I never anticipated, piecing things back together in beautiful, unexpected ways. Remind me of those stories, the times when hope seemed lost, but then you stepped in and turned everything around. Let those memories fuel my faith as I face new challenges, knowing that nothing is beyond your ability to mend and renew. I'm also reminded of how you break every yoke, shatter every chain, and scatter every evil agenda that tries to hold me captive. The enemy may try to speak lies over my life, planting seeds of fear, doubt, or despair, but your truth silences them all. Be still, my soul, because in your presence there is power unmatched. You are my shield, my defender, and the one who fights on my behalf. Teach me to stand firm in this reality, refusing to let negativity or discouragement take root in my mind. Instead, help me declare your promises over my life, speaking words of victory and hope into every situation. When I think about the miracles you've done, not just in Scripture, but in my own life, I am filled with wonder. From answered prayers that came in ways I couldn't have imagined to divine appointments and unexpected blessings, your hand has been evident. Help me cultivate a heart of gratitude, recognizing these moments as evidence of your love and care. Even in seasons of waiting, remind me that you are faithful and that your plans are always for my good. Strengthen my patience, Lord, so I don't rush ahead, but instead trust the process you've laid out for me. In the midst of uncertainty, you are my anchor, the steady force that keeps me grounded. When storms rage and waves crash, I can hold tightly to the knowledge that you are unshaken. Teach me to lean into this stability, finding comfort in the fact that you are constant, even when everything else feels unstable. Help me remember that your strength is made perfect in my weakness and that leaning on you doesn't mean I'm failing. It means I'm trusting you to carry what I cannot. As I go throughout this day, Let my heart remain soft and open to hearing from you. May I be quick to listen and slow to react, choosing wisdom over worry and faith over fear. Surround me with your peace, a peace that surpasses understanding, guarding my heart and mind against anything that seeks to derail me. And as I walk through each moment, big or small, help me see your fingerprints everywhere, reminding me that you are near, you are active, and you are enough for every need I could ever face. Let my life be a reflection of your goodness, a testimony to your faithfulness, and a vessel for your love to flow through. Help me carry the stillness, not just as a morning practice, but as a posture of my heart throughout the day. When challenges arise, let me pause and remember that you are God, the one who holds all things together. When victories come, let me give you the glory, knowing that every good thing comes from your hand. And when doubts creep in, remind me of who you are and what you've already done. Thank you for being my refuge in times of trouble, my healer in moments of pain, my provider in seasons of lack, and my miracle worker when all seems impossible. Thank you for breaking every chain, silencing every lie, and fighting every battle on my behalf. Thank you for restoring what was lost, reviving what was dead, and redeeming what was broken. Your presence is my greatest gift, and your promises are my surest foundation. As I step into this day, I surrender it all to you, my plans, my worries, my hopes, and my fears. I trust that you will order my steps, guide my decisions, and fill my heart with peace. May my words, actions, and thoughts bring honor to your name, pointing others to the beauty of who you are. Let me walk in confidence, knowing that you are with me, leading me, and equipping me for whatever lies ahead. I end this prayer with a heart full of gratitude and expectancy, ready to see your hand move in mighty ways today. Be glorified in my life, Lord, and may your will be done in every area. In the quiet moments and the busy ones, help me remain anchored in you, always remembering that you are God and there is no other like you. Amen. Dear friend, if this powerful morning prayer of stillness has blessed and uplifted your spirit, take a moment to type Yahweh. Help me to be still always in the comments below. As your personal declaration and seal of agreement, your words carry power, and this simple act can deepen your connection with God's presence. If you've been touched by this message, consider sharing it generously with friends, family, or anyone who might need encouragement today. Let's spread the blessing. Don't forget to like the video and make it a daily practice to it for 7 consecutive days. 7 being the number of God's perfection and completion. As you do, may His peace, presence, and purpose fill your life in abundance. God bless you abundantly.